everyone, and welcome to our Options Learning Welcome Back event. My name is Rebecca McAlpine. I'm the Director of Engagement here at Compass, and I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you Carly Roberts, one of our amazing Options Learning Program coordinators, who's going to take you on this wonderful journey today for our Options Learning Welcome Back event. Throughout today's session, just know that we've got our privileges turned down here within the session, but we will have a Q&A portion at the end where we'll be able to address any of questions that you do have. So please take note of those as we go throughout the session. We'd love to answer those for you when we wrap up the presentation. So with that, Carly, please take it away. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Good morning, everybody. My name is Carly Roberts, and I'm happy to welcome you all to our Options Learning Welcome Back event. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces, as well as some new ones, as we kick off another incredible year together. Today, we're here to celebrate the start of the school year, reconnect, and prepare for all the exciting opportunities that lie ahead. We've got a fantastic agenda planned for you, full of valuable information, inspiring discussions, and of course, some fun along the way. So, whether you're a returning family or joining us for the first time, we want you to feel at home here at Compass Charter Schools. We're thrilled to have you with us, and we can't wait to share what we've been working on to make this year our best one yet. Let's get started. Before we dive into the details, let's take a quick look at our agenda for today. We have a lot of important topics to cover that will help set the tone for the upcoming school year. First, we'll review our mission and vision, followed by a discussion of our core values. After that, I'll provide an overview of the Options Learning Program to ensure that everyone is on the same page. We'll then introduce you to our academic support team, who will be sharing information on how they can assist your scholars throughout the year. This will be followed by an overview of our assessments process. Next, we'll hear from our AVID program, which continues to play a key role in preparing scholars for success in their academic and personal lives. We'll also have updates from our counseling department and engagement department, both of which offer critical support to our scholars and families. Our IT department has some essential information to ensure everyone is well equipped with technology that they need. We'll introduce our scholar community advocate and discuss the services provided by our special education team. As we approach the end of the presentation, we'll talk about what's next for the year, including our Scholar Leadership Council and Parent Advisory Council, both of which offer great opportunities for involvement. Finally, we'll wrap it up with a Q&A session where you'll have a chance to type in any questions that you might have. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Our mission and vision are very important to us here at Compass. Since all of the information presented today is geared towards our scholars' success and sticking to our Compass mission and vision, I think it's important to review these this morning. Our mission is to inspire and develop innovative, creative, self-directed learners, one scholar at a time. Our vision is to create an innovative, collaborative learning environment that supports the diverse needs and goals of each scholar, nurturing a love of learning and preparing them for future success. And our values are achievement, respect, teamwork, integrity, and communication, and are central to all that we think, say, and do here at Compass. They all have the resources, guidance, and encouragement that they need to shine. Now let's take a closer look at the vital role of our supervising teachers play in supporting both independent study and the overall learning experience for our scholars. At the heart of their work, supervising teachers serve as guides and facilitators of the learning. They carefully assign lessons and make sure that the work aligns with the state standards so that scholars remain right on track academically. They also review assignments and provide grades, giving families a clear picture of progress while ensuring each scholar's growth is measured accurately. Beyond grading, supervising teachers are incredible partners in curriculum planning. They collaborate with learning coaches to recommend resources and strategies that best fit each scholar's unique learning style and needs. They also review and update the academic progress, helping us celebrate successes and make adjustments whenever needed. Another important part of their role is supporting the materials process, from recommending resources to ensuring scholars have what they need to succeed in their daily learning. And just as important, they're the champions of collaboration. They work hand in hand with their families to develop instructional approaches that truly lift our scholars up. They also play a key role in ensuring compliance, monitoring attendance, and upholding the master agreement to ensure everything's running smoothly and in line with our requirements. And perhaps one of the most meaningful parts of the role is their time spent directly with the scholars in synchronous instruction. Whether daily or weekly, these sessions provide connection, encouragement, and the kind of direct support that keeps scholars engaged and motivated. Our supervising teachers truly are the backbone of our options learning program, and we are so grateful for their unwavering dedication to helping every scholar shine. All right, let's talk about the role of the coach or our LCs, which is such an important part of our options learning program. There's a full list of responsibilities in the Scholar Handbook, but I want to highlight a few of the key ones for you today. First, you're going to want to attend the monthly connection meetings with your supervising teacher, along with your scholar. These meetings are where we make sure everything's on track and give you the support that you need. Next, it's important to submit curriculum orders on time, following the Family Order Agreement or FOA. This helps ensure that your scholar has the materials that they need without any delays. You'll also need to complete and sign those daily activity logs. These are a big part of how we track your scholars' learning and meet state requirements. Regular communication is key. Check in with your ST and the school often, making sure to respond quickly if they reach out to you. Along with that, please check your email and your phone messages daily. That's how you'll receive important updates, things like attendance reminders, those Monday morning updates or the MMU, parent square messages, newsletters. So, another important responsibility is making sure that the scholar assignments are submitted on time each learning period. This is how we are tracking your scholar's progress and ensuring that standards are being met. We also ask that you support your scholar with the STAR benchmark assessments, which are given 3 times a year. These help us measure progress and know where the extra support might be needed. And finally, please make sure that your scholar is working daily, Monday through Friday, for about 4 to 6 hours a day. That consistency is so important for academic success. So, for all of the details and more guidance, you can always check our Options Program Scholar Handbook. Now let's talk about how attendance and assignments work here at Compass, since these are really important for keeping our scholars on track. Attendance is tracked a little differently than in traditional schools. Instead of a teacher sitting in class and taking roll, it's going to be recorded through our daily activity logs that are found in school pathways or our student information system. These logs are required to be updated every single day and then signed by you as the learning coach at the end of every learning period. So as the learning coach, you'll be the one completing the activity log through your school pathways parent portal. It's really important to log schoolwork correctly each day, Monday through Friday. And speaking of coursework, scholars are expected to do academic activities every school day. That could be online courses, outside classes, lessons at home, field trip, or other educational activities. Whatever that activity may be, it should be recorded in the daily activity log so that we have a full picture of your scholar's learning. Assignments should also be uploaded weekly. If the work isn't turned in by the end of that learning period, it could trigger a scholar engagement evaluation, and we definitely want to avoid that. So, just a quick note, not every class requires daily work. Instead, the goal is for scholars to complete the work needed for every standard that the supervising teacher assigns. By staying on top of these steps, daily logs, consistent schoolwork, timely assignment uploads, we're able to keep accurate records and, most importantly, give our scholars the support that they need to succeed. Now let's take a moment to talk about those educational support resources or educational resources and how they help support your scholar's independent study journey. Each scholar is provided with ed resources, which are managed through our community providers ordering system known as OPS. These resources are a wonderful resource that allows the families to order approved instructional materials and services that enhance your learning at home. Your supervising teacher will be there every step of the way to make sure that your purchases align with the grade level standards and your scholar's educational goals. Once the learning coach submits an order in OPS, your supervising teacher goes in and has to approve it. From there, our community providers department processes the order and the materials are shipped straight to your doorstep for convenience. One important reminder, please be sure that you are sending a photo of your signed and dated packing slip within 3 days of receiving your package. This helps us keep everything properly documented and ensures that orders are accurately accounted for. The ed resources truly make a difference, giving each family the flexibility to tailor the learning experience to meet their scholars' unique needs and to set them up for success. As a part of our effort to make the curriculum and resource selection process easier for families, we've developed an Amazon storefront. This is a curated space where we've organized and recommended school approved materials that line with our program standards. Families can access the storefront by clicking the provided link. Once you're there, you'll find clearly labeled categories such as math manipulatives, science kits, writing tools, and more, making it easier to find what you need. Families will use the storefront as a guide when selecting supplemental materials. While purchasing through Amazon is not required, this option ensures that resources chosen are appropriate and aligned with academic expectations. If you have specific needs or questions, please reach out to your supervising teacher or our support team for guidance. As we look at how our educational support resources are used, here are 4 simple steps that families can follow. Step 1, it's going to begin with that master agreement and your family order agreement. Orders can only be placed once those agreements are signed and approved, so it's important to take care of that first. Step 2 is all about making sure requirements follow our educational resource guidelines. Learning coaches should always refer to these guidelines so that the items being requested are aligned with our standards and expectations. Step 3 involves reviewing the community provider materials list. This list for the 25-26 school year is posted on the Compass website, and your supervising teacher can also share it with you. It ensures that families know exactly what materials are approved. And then finally, step 4 is the review and approval. Once a learning coach submits an order, it must be reviewed and then is approved by your supervising teacher. This step helps us ensure that purchases support your scholar's academic success. These 4 steps make the ordering process smooth, clear, and supportive for both our families and scholars. Let's talk about live synchronous instruction or LiveSync, which comes from AB 167. That's a law that grew out of COVID and it still greatly impacts independent study charters like ours. The purpose of AB 167 is to make sure that scholars in non-classroom based settings have the same access, equity, and accountability as those in traditional schools. So here's what it means for us. Scholars in transitional kindergarten through 3rd grade must have daily opportunities for live interaction. In grades 4 through 8, scholars need daily live interaction and at least weekly live synchronous instruction. And then in grades 9 through 12, it's at least once a week. Attendance for these sessions is required, and just like a regular class, we will monitor it. If a scholar attends less than 50% of those required sessions, it will lead to a tiered re-engagement meeting so we can provide additional support. And just a quick note, if your scholar is receiving support through an approved outside vendor, that is absolutely fine, but they'll still need to check in regularly with the Compass staff member to meet that requirement. Now, I know schedules can get a little tricky, so let's talk about what happens if you can't make it to a scheduled live sync. Because LifeSync is a requirement for non-classroom based charter schools, we do need to have a regular check-in to ensure scholars are supported. So here are some options if that usual offer time doesn't work. You could just attend the minimum meeting, that required meeting, and meet the standard. You might be able to join a different LifeSync session. Um, our teachers are in different teaching teams, and so you could ask your supervising teacher to help coordinate that, and maybe a different LifeSync team has a time that does work for your schedule. Some families can just adjust their schedule and then they can fit the live sync in. If none of those options work, you'll need to provide weekly updates to your supervising teacher and let them know what your scholar is working on. And if you still can't make that work, you'll attend a Tier 2 re-engagement meeting to come up with a plan that ensures your scholar gets the support that they need to be engaged. So these live sync sessions are flexible too. They can be reading groups, office hours, special project groups, SEL, community groups, and more. The goal is to make sure that every scholar has meaningful opportunities to connect and grow. Our options learning program truancy policy requires the scholars submit 5 assignments every 27 school days. So according to the Compass board policy, an assignment includes a variety of activities: traditional schoolwork, completion of the learning logs or PE logs, participation in synchronous instruction, live interaction, and attendance at the required meetings with your supervising teacher and other staff. To ensure compliance with this assignment policy, we monitor several indicators. If a scholar does not have an assignment for 2 or more days during that school week, it will result in a truancy notification and could lead to an independent study evaluation. It's crucial to meet these requirements to avoid any issues and to ensure your scholar continues to progress successfully. Let's talk about tiered re-engagement, which is explained in the master agreement. Really, it all comes down to one big question: is your scholar engaged and making progress? So, how do we track that in an independent study program? The main way is through your assignments. Per state law, specifically Ed Code 51747, scholars have 27 school days to complete assignments that they've been given. This applies across all grade levels here at Compass, and it helps keep everyone moving forward on pace. Now, there are a couple of triggers that tell us that we need to step in and review whether independent study is working for the scholar. The first is if they miss 5 assignments in that 27-day window. The second is if their overall progress dips below satisfactory levels. If either of these are happening, the superintendent or their designee, which is usually our director, will evaluate what's going on and how to best support your scholar. So, what does satisfactory progress actually mean? Well, it's not just one measure. We look at a combination of things. That includes achievement and engagement as laid out in Ed Code 52060. We check whether assignments and assessments are being completed, if the scholar is consistently engaged, which is no gaps of 5 or more days without work in that 27-day period, whether they're mastering key concepts, and if they're making steady progress towards finishing their courses. On top of that, we also look at some additional factors. These include results from diagnostic assessments, which we give 3 times a year, semester grades, insight from those monthly connection meetings, and for our scholars in special education, attendance in their required services. This helps us see that full picture. If an evaluation happens, we'll document our findings in writing. This becomes part of your scholar's mandatory interim pupil record. We keep these records for 3 years, and if your scholar ever transfers to another California public school, that record follows them to ensure continuity and support. So that's the tiered re-engagement process in a nutshell. The goal isn't to punish, it's just to make sure that scholars are supported, engaged, and set up for success. And of course, if you ever have questions or want to talk about your scholar's progress, your supervising teacher is always here ready to help. For our high school scholars, we offer A through G approved courses through Accelerated Education. Scholars are able to take up to 4 core A through G courses through Accelerate using their resources plus Avid if they choose. Every high school scholar is prepared with a with a dedicated high school supervising teacher who will support them throughout the year. High school families and scholars will work directly with their supervising teacher for guidance and questions. And when it comes to turning in assignments, the high school scholars will now submit their work directly to the gradebook in the Parent Scholar portal. No more seesaw for the high school submissions. And I'll share a little bit more about this process in just a moment. High school scholars will also be enrolled in specific courses with a high school content teacher. This teacher may be different from your scholar supervising teacher, and that's totally normal. The content teacher is responsible for assigning the standards and guiding scholars through what they need to work on each learning period, helping them master all required standards throughout the year. Our teachers work closely together behind the scenes to make sure that every scholar gets the support that they need to reach their goals and be successful. If you ever have any questions, you're welcome to reach out directly to your scholar supervising teacher or to Janae Smith, our director of our online K-8 and Compass High School at jsmith@compasscharters.org. Now let's take a moment to explore the different departments within Compass Charter Schools and how each one plays a vital role in supporting our scholars and families. We'll cover departments like academic support, counseling, special education, engagement, and IT, each dedicated to providing the resources and assistance needed for scholar success. These teams work together to ensure a well-rounded educational experience. So as we go through each department, consider how can you leverage their support to help your scholars thrive this school year. Meet our academic support team that works at supporting Compass with the SST process, scholars with 504s, English language learners, and our MTSS framework that includes tutoring for scholars that need intervention. Our Scholar Success Coordinator, Melissa Mayer, oversees the Compass Multi-Tiered System of Support, or MTSS framework, to best support scholar academic goals. MTSS is a school-wide initiative which targets behavioral, social, emotional, and academic support for scholars prior to a problem arising. Our tutors provide English and math interventions to support all scholars needing Tier 2 and Tier 3 support with virtual intervention tutoring sessions. Our resource specialists, which provide more in-depth look at foundational skills at the Tier 2 level. Our Scholar Support Coordinator, Dawn Lothringer, helps support all Scholar Support Teams, SSTs, as well as manage our 504 process. Dawn supports the programs and STs with referrals to SSTs or 504s, as well as supporting STs with providing accommodations for scholars per a scholar's 504 plan. Our English Language Support Coordinator, Christy Sayas, helps with the initial identification of our ELLs, works with our assessment team support the initial and summative LPAC assessments, the reclassification process, or RFEP, manages Lexia Online as our designated ELD program. Our two EL tutors provide twice weekly support in their live sessions for all of our English language learners here at Compass. To learn more about our team, join our open house on Monday, the 25th at 10 a.m. for our Scholar Success Support Department, or Tuesday, the 26th at 1 p.m. for our English Language Support Department. Our assessment comprises of our assessment and data coordinator, Beth Snade, who oversees our assessment and data specialists, Carrie Badascu and Luis Navrate, and Options Assessment TOSA, Kristen Price. Scholars will participate in at least two types of academic assessments during the school year based on grade level. Each scholar's first assignment of the school year is taking the internal STAR Diagnostic Benchmark Assessment, which is used to gauge scholar progress for guiding support. STAR Renaissance Assessments will be our assessment vendor for the diagnostic benchmark and summative internal assessments this school year. STAR Math are for grades 1 through 12, and STAR Early Literacy will be administered to scholars in TK through 2nd. Reading will be administered to scholars in grades 3rd through 12th. Using STAR this fall includes starting proctor test sessions for our diagnostic benchmark and summative STAR assessments. STAR assessments take less time than our other benchmarks, and they shouldn't be taken on the same day. Freckle is the supporting instruction that is available after your scholar takes their STAR assessments. SBAC state testing is offered once a year for grades 3rd through 8th and 11th to report our school's achievement data in math, ELA, and college and career readiness. This data is an important indicator for guiding school improvement and effectively charter renewal. Every eligible scholar's participation proves helpful for our school's continued excellence. For more information on assessments, please join us Monday, the 25th at 1 p.m. for our assessment open house. We are excited to embark into our 7th year of AVID, which is our advancement via individual determination. All supervising teachers are implementing AVID instructional strategies school-wide in order to provide the best Compass experience. AVID K-12 will focus on reading and writing strategies as well as developing the necessary habits of mind for our scholars to be successful. Academic supports include study skills, organization, goal setting, time management, and making connections to academic accountability and achievement. To learn more about AVID and to enroll in the AVID elective, please contact your ST or school counselor. Our school counselor, supported by the Director of Counseling Services, works with scholars in grades 6 through 12 with a three-pronged developmental approach in academics, social emotional learning, and college career readiness. Our college career readiness counselors work with scholars based upon charter, with Ms. Mejia supporting scholars in CSCS of LA and Ms. Olson supporting scholars in CCS of San Diego and YOLO. Our counselors are vital members of the scholars' educational team, and they play an integral role in your scholars' academic, social emotional, and college career development. Counselors can support your scholars with academic planning, course scheduling, goal setting, time and organizational management, coping skills, overcoming obstacles, college and career activities, post secondary planning, concurrent enrollment, and work permits. The goal of the counselor is to advocate for each scholar and help them achieve success. Our team of counselors provide counseling curriculum on a weekly basis in counseling learning labs and small groups. Please join us on Friday, the 22nd at 10 a.m. for our counseling department open house. Next, I'd like to share briefly about our engagement department, which is led by Rebecca McAlpine and supported by Danielle Del Negro and Christina Vert. The mission of our engagement department is to create activities that foster connectedness and build community. Tangible ways that bring to life that mission are designing, creating, planning, implementing, and managing events that foster community and support retention. Engagement events and offerings include, but are not limited to, field trips, events, virtual scholar workshops, scholar recognition, scholar celebrations such as graduation and promotion, back to school park days, learning coach academies, scholar clubs, and more. We believe in providing engaging and meaningful opportunities to all of our scholars and families here at Compass. Our entire staff contributes to ensuring that our engagement department offerings come to life. To learn more information about this offering, as well as our engagement department offerings, please attend the engagement department open house at the end of this week. To stay on top of all things engagement, please be sure to read their weekly communications. We have an amazing IT department here at Compass. Krisha Moeller is our Director of IT, Marco Mattiliano is our Help Desk Technician, and Miguel Aguilar is our Systems Administrator. There are some technical best practices that will be beneficial for all of our Compass families to ensure you don't have any technical difficulties getting in the way of your scholar success. We recommend that you always install updates as prompted to help with security performance. Also, you should reboot weekly to help with audio problems and error messages. Lastly, do not attempt to open links or attachments unless you are sure of the sender or provide anyone your login information. We will also be sending some important links through the chat. So our School Pathways login, Clever, and the link to get to our Compass IT support. So for more information On our IT department, please join us Thursday, the 21st at 10 a.m. for our IT open house. Carla Gonzalez is our Scholar Community Advocate. She is a part of the Operations Department and acts as the liaison between our Compass staff, scholars, families, and community agencies. She maintains cross program collaborations with community agencies and develops community partnerships to provide services for families and youth experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness and linking them to resources. The Scholar Community Advocate also works with foster youth and foster families, and she is the main contact for new and current military families, providing additional supports and resources. Our special education department leadership team includes Dr. Barbara Wolford, our director of special education, and our special education coordinators, Lauren Jeffries and Leslie Sharma. Compass has 15 specialized academic instructors, 2 instructional aides, a program specialist, and 2 technicians to support scholars with special education services attending Compass. At Compass, our scholars with IEPs are general education scholars first. All scholars are assigned to a general education supervising teachers. Our team of specialized academic instructors demonstrate the capacity to provide high quality special education services to the scholars that they serve. Compass Charter Schools provides all eligible children with a free public education that meets their individual needs. As a learning coach, your role is to be an active participant by working with our education specialists and related service providers to plan and monitor your child's unique program. Learning coach engagement is imperative to the program's success, and we at Compass Charter Schools welcome your participation. For more detailed information on our special education department, please join our special education department open house on Thursday, the 21st at 1 p.m. What's next? Please be sure to attend your Scholars WOW orientation this week. Our Options Returning Family orientation will be Wednesday the 20th at 10 a.m. Our Options New Family orientation will be Wednesday the 20th at 1 p.m. You will use the same link as today to join our WOW orientations. During our WOW orientations, we will be back sharing our welcome packet that includes a virtual back to school list with everything you'll need to do to be prepared for the upcoming school year. So make sure to use your welcome packet and the virtual packet back to school before the first day of school. As mentioned previously, please join our WOW open houses for more detailed information on our departments and programs in the coming days. Let's take a moment to look at our WOW schedule together. This first week is all about building excitement and connection. We have our welcome back events, orientations, and special open houses hosted by our departments and programs. These are wonderful opportunities for families to meet staff, ask questions, and feel truly welcomed back into our Compass community. So as we move into week 2, the focus shifts towards giving our families the tools that they need for a strong start. Our assessment, scholar success, and EL departments have prepared some fantastic sessions designed to share helpful information and resources. The goal is to make sure every scholar feels supported and ready to shine as we begin this new school year. We're excited to announce that the Scholar Leadership Council is now accepting new applications. This is a fantastic opportunity for scholars to get involved, develop leadership skills, and have a voice in school policies and initiatives. If your scholar is interested in applying, please fill out the application that will be shared in the chat. Encourage your scholar to apply today and become part of this impactful group. We're also excited to share that the Parent Advisory Council is now accepting new applicants. This is a great opportunity for parents to get involved, share their insights, and contribute to the direction of our school community. If you're interested in joining, please reach out to Elizabeth Brenner, our superintendent and CEO, for more details. Apply today and take an active role in shaping our school's future. We'd love for you to stay connected with us on our social media. Please follow Compass Charter Schools to keep up with the latest news, events, and updates. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Compass CS and on Twitter at Compass CS. For video content, check out our YouTube channel at Compass CS. And of course, don't forget to visit our website for all the information you need throughout the school year. Stay connected and be a part of our online community. As we wrap up today's session, I want to thank you all for joining us and for your continued commitment to your scholars education. We've covered a lot of important information, and we are excited to work together to make this school year a success. Thank you again for being here, and we look forward to a fantastic year ahead.